Hello students, I am the faculty of Samruddhi Career Academy and I handle chemistry here. And today I will be teaching the topic organic chemistry. So here, Lavoisier was a scientist. Lavoisier was the scientist in the year 1785. He classified the substances into two. That is, organic substances and inorganic substances. Here, we'll be studying about organic substances. Organic substances is nothing but the vegetable and plant origin. Now, when we talk about organic chemistry, you might be wondering what is organic chemistry. Yes, you have studied in your previous classes about organic chemistry, but here when we talk about organic chemistry, it is also called as carbon chemistry. It is the chemistry of carbon and its compounds, carbon and its atoms. Here, when we talk about organic chemistry is nothing but the chemistry, it is the study of specific carbon atoms or carbon compounds. Here in organic chemistry, we'll be studying about the specific carbon compounds except carbides, oxides and carbonates. Here, when we talk about organic chemistry, the main important topic that we will be talking today is hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are the important part of the organic chemistry. Here, what is hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbons is nothing but the organic compounds composed of only hydrogen and carbon atom. This one, when we see that it is composed of only hydrogen and carbon atom, from the name itself you can make out hydro is nothing but hydrogen, carbon is nothing but carbon atoms. Now here, there are many examples of hydrocarbons. The first example here we'll talk about is methane, which is nothing but CH4. Here, there is one carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atom. The other example that I'm going to give you is ethane. Here, you can find 2 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atom. The main thing here I wanted to tell you about hydrocarbons is when we talk about 1 carbon atom, then it is meth. When we talk about 2 carbon atom, then it is eth. When we talk about 3 carbon atoms, then it is prop. When we talk about 4 carbon atoms, then it is but. When we talk about 5 carbon atom, then it is pent. When we talk about 6 carbon atom, then it is hex. And so on. So as we are talking about carbon atom, as the carbon atom is increasing here, 1 carbon atom, it is meth. Whether if it is alkane, it is ane. If it is alkene, it is ene. And when it is alkyne, it is ine. So here, when we talk about ethane, then we'll have how many carbon atoms? 2 carbon atoms, ethane. So when we find 4 hydrogen atom, here when we find 4 hydrogen atom, then it 6 hydrogen atom, then it is ethane. Again, when we find 4 hydrogen atom, it is ethene. When we find 2 hydrogen atom, then it is ethyne. So you can make the difference here. 2 hydrogen atom, 2 carbon atom, then it is eth. When it is 6, it is ane. When it is 4 hydrogen, it is ene. When it is 2 hydrogen, it is ine. So here it is very clear that how we can use carbon and hydrogen atom. So when we talk about ethane, here you get the molecular formula of ethane is C6C2H6 of ethane. So how can we make a structure here? 2 carbon atom. So the remaining will be hydrogen. So this will be the molecular formula. This will be the structural. This will be the molecular formula and this will be the structural formula. This is very clear that this was some basic introduction about the carbon atoms or hydrocarbons. The second main important topic of this organic chemistry will be natural resources of organic chemistry. Naturally, we'll be getting the organic compounds. From where do we get naturally the organic compounds? When we talk about natural resources of organic compounds. So here there are 3 main natural resources of organic compound. The first one will be from plants. The second will be animals. And the third will be the coal. These 3 are the natural resources of the organic compounds, from how we can obtain the organic compounds. From plants we get carbohydrates and acids. From animals we get protein and urea. From coal we get drugs and dyes. So these are the 3 important natural resources of organic compound, and we get these all products from the natural resources. When we move further with the organic compounds or with organic chemistry, here you can see the next topic will be dealing is with unique nature of organic compounds. So here when we talk about unique, that name itself tells that some different from others. So here this is the nature of organic compounds will be different from the others. So here when we talk about unique nature of carbon atom. Organic chemistry, starting itself I told you it's nothing, it's also called as carbon chemistry, study of carbon, hydrogen, everything. So here when we talk about unique nature, the first most unique nature about carbon atom is tetravalency. So here also when we talk about tetravalency, the name itself make out that tetra is nothing but 4, valency is nothing but valence. So carbon have 4 valence electron and it is called as what? Tetravalent. It have the capability to share 4 electrons. It can pair, mutually pair or share 4 electrons. And here when we talk about the electronic configuration of carbon atom, it is 2 and 4. When we talk about the atomic number of carbon is 6. So here it has the capability of sharing 4 valence electron and hence it is called as what? Tetravalent. It can make 4 covalent bonds. You'll also know that covalent bond is the strongest bond among all the bonds. So here carbon can have 4 strongest bond, that is nothing but covalent bond with the other atoms. It can mutually share the electrons with the different atoms. And after this we'll be studying the second most important nature or feature of the carbon atom is catenation. Catenation is nothing but it is the tendency of an element to have the identical atoms, to link the identical atoms and to form a chain. Here when we talk about catenation, catenation is maximum in carbon. Maximum in carbon, and here in carbon catenation can have self-linking with the other atoms. It can have self-linking, and here there can be formed 3 type of chains in catenation. So the first chain that can be formed will be straight chain. The second will be branched chain. And the third will be closed chain. So here in catenation, this is the unique nature of the carbon atom, that it can have catenation, that it can have the linking of different atoms. Here this is straight chain where there is no branches. This is branched chain where all the others are the hydrogen. And the main important aspect of this organic compounds is hydrocarbons is nothing but when you link carbon. For example, carbon can have link with, when one is being, it can share 4 valence electrons. When one is chlorine, the second is bromine, and the third will be oxygen. When if this 3 is linked, what will be the other? It will be nothing but hydrogen. So whenever the carbon does not have any other element, then it is linked with hydrogen. So here you can tell that carbon and hydrogens are like brothers. So here wherever there is carbon, there is hydrogen. This is the important and very aspect. It is a good aspect of hydrocarbon. Here I was talking about chains. So here straight chain, branched chain and closed chain. Here there are 3 carbon atoms and remaining will be filled with hydrogen. Here also there are 4 carbon atoms and linked with remaining will be linked with hydrogen. Here next, the most important thing about the unique nature about the carbon atom is tetravalency. And catenation results in formation of bonds. Formation of bonds. In carbon atom, you can see there will be single bond, double bond and triple bond. Here you can find 2 carbon atom and remaining 6 hydrogen atom, and this is called as ethane. This is the molecular formula, that is C2H6, and this is the structural formula. Here there is 2 carbon atoms with double bond, and these 4 are hydrogen atoms. So here it is 2 carbon and 4 hydrogen, and hence it is called as ethene. With double bond it is ene, with single bond it is ane, and with triple bond I told you in the beginning it will be ine. So here how many carbon atoms? 2 carbon atoms and 2 hydrogen atoms. So it is ethene, ethyne. Here it is 2 carbon and bond are the unique nature of carbon atom, that it have the aspect of having single bonds, double bond and triple bond. Next, we have come across so many aspects of organic compounds. Now we'll find that in the beginning itself I told you substances are classified into organic compounds and inorganic compounds. Now we'll see the difference between organic compounds and inorganic compounds. Okay. So the first thing that we are going to firstly differentiate between organic and inorganic compound is its composition. Composition. Organic compounds are here only few elements like oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, bromine, chlorine, etc. are being composed of organic compounds, but here all the elements are inorganic compounds, are composed of inorganic compounds. Second, we'll see the nature of the compound. When we talk about nature of the compound, as I told you, tetravalency, carbon can have 4 valence electron with the covalent bond. So it is very clear that when we talk about organic, here you can find covalent. It forms covalent bond, and here because covalent bond is the strongest bond. When we talk about inorganic compounds, here you can find electrovalent bond, which is also called as ionic bond. Ionic bond. The third most important thing that we are going to speak here is melting point. When we talk about melting point, organic compounds have low melting point and inorganic opposite, that is high melting point. When we talk about combustibility, organic compounds are combustible, inorganic compounds are not combustible. Here, now when we talk about electricity, are they good conductors of electricity? No, they are not good conductors of electricity. Here, they are good conductors of electricity. They are not conductors of electricity or bad conductors. They are not or bad conductors. When we talk about solubility, organic compounds are insoluble in water. So if they are insoluble in water, in what they are soluble? They are soluble in organic solvents. Now, opposite. If they are insoluble, they are soluble in water and insoluble in organic solvent. Is it clear? difference between organic compounds and inorganic compounds. I'll repeat again. When we talk about composition, organic compounds are only few elements, that is oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, bromine, chlorine, etc. When we talk about inorganic compounds, it is composed of all elements. Natural nature of the compound. It is with covalent bond, covalent nature and electrovalent. This is the strongest bond and this is the weakest bond. Melting point. They have low melting point and inorganic have high melting point. When we talk about combustibility, they are combustible and they are not combustible. Electricity. Organic compounds are bad conductors of electricity. Inorganic compounds are good conductors of electricity. When we talk about solubility, organic compounds are insoluble in water, inorganic compounds are soluble in water. Now if they are insoluble in water, they are soluble in organic solvents. Inorganic compounds are insoluble in organic solvents. Is that clear? Next, after the difference between organic compounds and inorganic compounds, we'll be studying the most important thing, that is difference between the okay. So now we'll be talking about difference between organic compounds. That is different types of organic compounds. There are two different kinds of organic compounds, that is nothing but aliphatic organic compound and cyclic organic Okay. So there are two kinds of organic compounds, that is aliphatic organic compound and cyclic organic compound. Aliphatic organic compound is also open type. Here cyclic is closed. Aliphatic organic compounds are further classified into two. The first one will be saturated and the second one will be unsaturated. Saturated organic compounds or hydrocarbons, unsaturated organic compounds are hydrocarbons. Here, when we talk about closed type, this is also classified into two, that is homocyclic and heterocyclic. Is that clear? Aliphatic organic compound is also an open type organic compound, and this is saturated and unsaturated. There are two types, that is saturated or unsaturated. Here cyclic organic compound will be homocyclic and heterocyclic. Now we will see in detail about saturated and unsaturated compounds. Saturated is nothing but with single bond. The example is here. Single bond is nothing but ethane, C2H6. Nothing but example is ethane. And when we talk about unsaturated, it is double bond or triple bond. Double and triple bond. Example for this will be ethene and ethyne. Is that clear? Next, when we talk about homocyclic, the example for that, it is composed of only carbon atoms. Composed of only carbon atoms. That is nothing but example of that is benzene. Clear? The second one is heterocyclic. It is composed of carbon, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. It is composed of carbon, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. So example of this will be pyridine. Pyridine is the example of heterocyclic organic compounds. So moving on with the next topic of organic chemistry is we'll study about the homologous series. Homologous series, we'll see what is homologous series. Homologous series are the series of the organic compounds where successive members follow a regular structural pattern. They follow the regular structural pattern. And here you can see that they have similar chemical properties and they have same molecular formula. Is that clear about homologous series? They have similar chemical properties and they have same molecular formula. Homologous series are nothing but they are the series of the organic compounds where successive members follow a regular structural pattern and they differ by CH2 group. They have the difference between CH2 group and that is called as homologous series. So here when we talk about homologous series of hydrocarbons, in this one that is when homologous series of hydrocarbons are differentiated into alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. So this one will be studying in our next class. Thank you students. Please subscribe the video and click the bell icon. Please like the video and share the video. Soon we'll return back with the next class and we'll see the next topic.